SpongeBob SquarePants animators accidentally created the most forbidden vault in animation history, packed with scenes so controversial, disturbing, and downright bizarre that Nickelodeon buried them forever, and most fans have never seen what really happened behind Bikini Bottom's closed doors. We're diving straight into chaos with just one bite, where Squidward's Krabby Patty obsession reaches dangerous new heights. After dreaming about marrying a burger, yes, you read that correctly, Squidward sneaks into the Krusty Krab for his midnight feast. But Mr. Krabs wasn't playing games with security. In the original version that aired for exactly 1 year, Squidward discovers the hard way that Eugene's simple bucket of water is actually pure gasoline. A robotic arm drops a lit match, creating a massive explosion that turns Squidward into a charred skeleton. This wasn't just cartoon violence, it was a legitimate safety hazard tutorial. The scene showed gasoline ignition in vivid detail, complete with Squidward's horrified realization. "This isn't water! This is gas!" Vincent Waller later confirmed the removal happened because someone finally asked the obvious question. Should we really show kids how to ignite gasoline with matches? The replacement scene. Squidward simply walks in and finds the Patty Vault. No explosions, no flames, no educational arson demonstrations. Just a very confused octopus wondering why breaking and entering suddenly became so easy. Procrastination delivers the most relatable SpongeBob episode ever created, following our yellow hero's epic battle against deadline anxiety. But 3 scenes vanished from broadcasts in 2006, hidden for over a decade before mysteriously reappearing. The first deletion involves Patrick applying sunscreen to Sandy's back while calling, "Come on, SpongeBob!" The scene lasts mere seconds, but someone at Nickelodeon decided Patrick's facial expression looked criminally suspicious. His wide-eyed enthusiasm apparently suggested activities far beyond innocent beach protection. The second cut shows SpongeBob exercising to avoid essay writing, but his nose bounces in ways that made censors extremely uncomfortable. Apparently, even kitchen sponges can move too suggestively for children's television standards. The final deletion features a car crashing full speed into a brick wall. No context, no explanation, just sudden automotive destruction that worried executives about copycat crashes. Because, naturally, SpongeBob fans are known for their reckless driving habits. Before we continue exploring these animation mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button, or you might disappear into SpongeBob's deleted scene vault forever. Scaredy Pants originally ended with the most disturbing close-up in SpongeBob history. After carving off the top half of his head to create the perfect Flying Dutchman costume, SpongeBob's exposed brain was supposed to fill the entire screen as the episode faded to black. This wasn't subtle horror. It was full frontal cranial exposure designed as a jump scare for kids. The network panicked and added the now famous safety line, "Don't worry, it grows back," because apparently showing surgical brain removal is acceptable as long as you promise regeneration. But even with the softened ending, something unsettling remains. The scene captures early SpongeBob's willingness to be genuinely disturbing, pushing boundaries that later seasons wouldn't dare approach. The deleted close-up reveals animation teams originally planned to traumatize children far more effectively. Shanghide wasn't just an episode, it was television's strangest interactive experiment. When it first aired, Nickelodeon let viewers vote for one of 3 completely different endings, each revealing how dark SpongeBob could become. The winning ending shows SpongeBob wishing the Flying Dutchman becomes vegetarian, resulting in everyone becoming fruit. Silly, surreal, but ultimately harmless. Patrick's ending delivered pure nightmare fuel. He wastes his wish on peppermint gum, then gets eaten alive by the Dutchman. Inside the ghost's stomach, you hear muffled screams and desperate pleas for help. No escape, no resolution. Just 3 characters accepting their digestive fate while Patrick chews gum. Squidward's conclusion proves even more philosophical and cruel. He wishes to never meet SpongeBob and Patrick, but the Dutchman grants this by erasing their memories of Squidward entirely. Then everyone gets eaten anyway, leaving Squidward completely alone and forgotten before his inevitable doom. These alternate endings weren't random violence. They explored genuine consequences and character psychology. Patrick's acceptance of death while enjoying his final wish reveals twisted priorities. Squidward's selfish desire for isolation backfires spectacularly, teaching harsh lessons about loneliness. Nickelodeon buried both dark endings immediately after the vote, deeming them too psychologically disturbing for repeated broadcasts. SpongeBob in Random Land contains the most shocking deleted scene in the entire series, a direct reference to Red Mist, the infamous SpongeBob creepypasta about Squidward's mental breakdown and suicide. During the episode's chaotic dimension-hopping sequence, one frame shows Squidward with bloodshot eyes, blank stare, and ominous shadowing. This wasn't accidental. It was Red Mist Squidward, recreated frame for frame from the disturbing fanfiction. For years, Red Mist existed as internet horror folklore, a fake, lost episode designed to satirize SpongeBob's relentless cheerfulness. But somehow, official animators acknowledged this nightmare and smuggled it into actual broadcasts. The scene lasted exactly one frame, barely visible unless you knew what to look for. But once fans discovered it, Nickelodeon immediately replaced the image with baby Squidward in a diaper. Because apparently, infant octopi are less traumatizing than references to fictional character suicide. Snowball Effect showcases Squidward's complete psychological breakdown during an epic snow war with SpongeBob and Patrick. However, the original storyboards included something far more sinister. Squidward's snow torture chamber. The deleted scene would have shown the interior of Fort Squidward, complete with medieval torture devices made entirely from ice, stretching racks, hanging hooks, and a working guillotine that had already claimed multiple snowman victims littered the frozen dungeon. This wasn't cartoon violence. It was genuine torture porn involving systematic execution and dismemberment. The background art exists, showing decapitated snowmen and blood-like stains across Squidward's winter weapons of mass destruction. Procrastination doesn't just feature weird Patrick massages. It originally included a comprehensive car safety demonstration gone wrong. While fantasizing about getting his driver's license, SpongeBob imagines drag racing before experiencing a spectacular high-speed collision. The sequence showed detailed crash dynamics, with SpongeBob's fantasy car slamming into a concrete barrier at maximum velocity. This wasn't comedic cartoon physics. It was realistic automotive destruction designed to highlight dangerous driving consequences. Nickelodeon worried that impressionable viewers might attempt recreating the crash, apparently believing SpongeBob fans had access to drag racing equipment and concrete barriers. The entire sequence vanished from broadcasts, replaced with SpongeBob simply daydreaming about license acquisition. The very first SpongeBob episode almost aired without its legendary opening theme. The 1997 pilot version of Help Wanted featured completely different intro music, orchestral flourishes with crashing waves and seagull sounds over colorful SpongeBob paintings. This alternate opening never achieved the iconic status of the familiar "Are You Ready, Kids?" theme song. The experimental music felt generic and forgettable, lacking the infectious energy that made SpongeBob's intro instantly recognizable worldwide. By 1999, creators realized their mistake and replaced the entire opening sequence. The original version became lost media, existing only in production archives and rare collector copies that occasionally surface online. The theme song change represents SpongeBob's evolution from experimental cartoon to cultural phenomenon. Without that perfect opening, the show might never have achieved its legendary status. Dozens of additional scenes exist only in storyboard form, too bizarre or inappropriate for final animation. FUN. Originally included Plankton pretending to shoot jellyfish with his net like a rifle, asking, "So what happens after we shoot him?" This scene was hastily rewritten following the Columbine shooting, with shoot changed to eat for obvious sensitivity reasons. The storyboard preserves this dark moment in SpongeBob history, when real-world violence forced cartoon censorship. Wet Painters featured SpongeBob dedicating his paint crash to "my old pal Squidward," implying the octopus had died. The line was cut for being unexpectedly morbid in an otherwise lighthearted episode about artistic accidents. Christmas Who included multiple deleted musical sequences and character interactions that were deemed too complex or slow-paced for the final broadcast. These scenes exist in completed storyboard form, but never received full animation treatment. If you enjoyed uncovering these forbidden SpongeBob secrets, make sure to check out our other videos exploring the dark mysteries hiding in your favorite childhood shows. You'll never watch Saturday morning cartoons the same way again.